Right, this is Joe Morley, Sam Clarkson, Danny Morley, doing Unit 15, Task 1. Right, we'll start off with P1, describing the principles of fitness training. Just tell me what you've been researching there, Sam.
I've been researching the components of physical fitness, and we're going to relate them to like a sports person.
Right, off we go then. First one.
First one with cardiovascular fitness. This is the ability of the circulatory system, the heart and the blood vessels, to supply oxygen to the working muscles during exercise. Such as Mo Farah needs good cardiovascular fitness to be one of the best at, to be the best of the best at the Olympic standard of achieving gold medals.
Right.
Right, flexibility is the range of movement possible at various joints, such as an Olympic gymnast, Lewis Smith, on the box, also such as the Dutch gymnast, Epic Zonderland.
Body composition, the relative percentages of body fat compared to lean body mass, muscle and bone and water. Such as, for example, David Hay needs to meet the right criteria for the right fight, such as his weight.
Another one would be muscular strength. This is the amount of force that can be produced by a single contraction of a muscle. This could be in the bicep, doing a bicep curl.
For muscular endurance, the ability of group muscle to continue muscle movement over a length of time. This could be a 1500 metre runner in the Olympics, such as Mo Farah.
Skill-related components, I'm going to do speed first. The ability to move quickly from one point to another in a straight line, for example, Usain Bolt in 100 metre sprint.
Another one would be ability. This is the ability of the body to change direction quickly, such as Ronaldo moving forwards and backwards and side to side whilst doing skill.
Also, balance is the ability to maintain an upright posture while still moving. This could be like Lewis Smith or Epic Zonderland, the gymnast.
Coordination, integration with hand and or foot movements with the input of the senses, Ronaldo doing skill whilst watching the ball.
Another one would be reaction time. This is the amount of time it takes to get moving from standing position, such as Neuer in goal for Bayern Munich, saving a penalty.
Power is the ability to do strength work at an explosive pace. This could be Ronaldo taking an upper ball free kick.
Health and safety.
Hang on, we'll need a little bit more on this P1 then. So you've talked to me about the different components of fitness and a little bit about the principles, and you've given an example. You now need to tell me how you do some training to improve each of those methods. So say you're in charge of the training for elite sportsmen for each of these components, what sort of stuff would you be doing with them? Alright, we'll start off with you, Danny. Just go through the components again and talk to me, say 2 examples of what you might be doing with them to help them improve. So start off with the cardiovascular.
Yeah, for cardiovascular fitness, you do like loads of fitness work. So obviously to build the fitness to achieve goals, with a gold medal like Mo Farah, and also.
So what sort of activities might you be doing? So you're in charge of Mo Farah. Yeah. What sort of training might you be doing with him? What equipment might you go on?
Treadmill, or go on like the rower.
Right, how long? Just give me a bit more information.
Could do like lamppost runs, running at certain speeds and change at each lamppost, so it's not interval running.
Yeah, good. What else? Anything else on that one?
Could you do hill sprints?
Hill sprints?
Just getting to do a long distance run on treadmill at an incline to help build muscle mass and to improve, so when he runs on a flat surface it can run a bit quicker than everybody else.
Right, good. That's more like it. Right, next one then. Body composition. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Talk to me about that one. Start off with you again, Danny.
Well, like David A needs to be at the right weight for his certain fight, so like he do certain training and like diet well.
Yeah. Do you know the different types of body compositions? The somatotypes. Do you know what they are?
Yeah, they're like the shape of your body. So there's
mesomorph, endomorph, and ectomorph.
Right. So which one do you think David Hay would be?
Mesomorph.
Right. Okay. Right. We'll move on to the next one then. Right, Joe, talk to me about that. So you're in charge of a training routine for the gymnast. What sort of flexibility exercises might you be doing?
Well, like might start off with a few stretches to get your muscles warm.
Right.
And then flexibility, yeah.
What's the test you do for flexibility?
Sit and reach test. So
Right.
you might
Okay.
do that weekly, see if they're improving the flexibility.
And also go on the power plate and do certain stretches like lunges or just using like in a squat position using the power plate to get your calves and that more.
Flexible.
You'd like practice the stretches, so you might do like an hamstring stretch, but you'd get someone to do it with you. So they push a bit, hold it, and then like go, and then they push it a bit further, and that will improve your range of flexibility over a period of time.
Right. Okay. Let's go on to the next one then.
Muscular strength. This would be like lifting weights. So you'd like start off at a mediumish weight for you.
So what sports person have you put there for strength?
We haven't put one.
Right. Can you think of some?
What's the strongest man?
Mariusz Pudzianowski. Sam. Who else? Can you think of somebody?
David
Man.
Hare,
Anyone else? I think maybe rugby, NFL.
Tugalani.
Tuolagi. Yeah. Who else?
What's it called? World's strongest. Right. That one that does all football.
Anyone who needs strength in sport.
A weightlifter doing deadlift.
Right.
I can't think of anyone else. But they'd have to have good strength to do the weight and to get like gold medal.
So what sort of training might you be doing with a weightlifter then?
1 rep max. And slowly improving by putting more weights on at a time.
Right. Okay. Right. Let's go on to the next one.
Muscular endurance.
Yeah. Talk to me about that.
Well, this would be like more power again. Just improving his muscle endurance. So he might do like weights, but a low weight, just a lot of time to build up his muscle strength. And
It's do like more reps but less weight, so then obviously it builds him up and he'll get used to doing more on the legs. And
I could do like weighted runs where he'd like get some weights which you can attach to like your ankles and go for a run. Then he's obviously doing it without thinking about it, and this makes him stronger.
Yeah. Can you think of a footballer who does that, or did do that when he was younger? His initial was a CR.
Ronaldo.
Yeah. Yeah. So he used to do those with ankle weights attached. And then when he's doing his tricks, he found it easier. All right.
Makes you feel lighter than when
Yeah. Good. Okay. Next one.
Speed.
Right. Talk to me about that then.
This would just be improving your speed. So like we were saying about, he won't go on long distance runs like Mo Farah would. He'd just do. He might
short
work on.
interval.
So he might do the first 50 metres, and then from a jog, still the last 50 metres. Just to improve.
Joe, anything else on speed?
Well, you could run on a beach if it's on sand, it's harder to run. Or you could do it with like running with a tyre tied to him around his waist. Like
Right.
Parachute.
Good. Next one.
ability.
That's agility.
It's agility, yeah.
Right. Agility.
Change direction quickly like Ronaldo. So like you could do the Illinois agility run.
Yeah.
Could do just little shorter runs where he's got to go from left to right as quick as he can.
Joe, anything else?
Well, could do like cone running, so it's like zigzags, so he's got to move his body position.
Like in and out of posts. So then
Without touching him.
Yeah.
The distance
Right.
gets shorter and shorter each time.
Good.
Improve his little
footwork and
footwork so he can get in and out of the cone quicker than if it were just like at a bigger distance.
Yeah. Right. Next one.
Balance, so you'd get balance work, so you'd be like on the balance beam. You just like walk from one end to the other end, start off with your arms out to improve balance and try to do it without your arms out.
Right.
And that'll improve the balance over a period of time.
Danny, anything else to help balance?
well, like any footballer would need balance because obviously you need it to stay on your feet. So like footballers would work on balance to avoid falling over and keeping upright.
Right.
The being tackled.
Yeah, like when you're being tackled.
Can you think of an example from a weekend when a player could have scored but he took the shot? Torres, someone who played for
Actually,
Everton.
Young played yesterday as well, and
Yeah.
obviously because his balance seems to be dreadful, he just dies on the floor all the time.
Okay, yeah. So there was an Everton footballer at the weekend. He stayed on his feet and then instead of going down, right, in the penalty box. Anybody else? What's the next one?
Coordination.
Coordination. Joe, go on.
Well,
Give us some examples of how you'd improve someone's coordination.
Throwing and catching. Like throwing and catching.
Throwing and catching. What else? Just give
balls
you
against the wall.
balls against wall.
Like when they did a training session with Ronaldo, they put a crossing with and turn the lights off, and he has to like react to it and use his where he think the ball would go to put the ball back in there, and that would improve his coordination, so he doesn't have to think about it when lights are on during a game situation. He can just go, I can knock these in with lights off, so like I'll just knock it in now and put it in there.
Yeah, good. Next one.
Reaction time, which is like like a keeper, like he could have his back like facing the penalty taker, and then like
shout go, he's got to turn around and catch ball.
Yeah.
It could be like Usain Bolt reacting to start guns, you know, the starting gun. So he might just work on that or towards the closer things. So he doesn't know when it's coming. He's just got to be ready for it, and then they'll shoot, and he's got to react as quick as he can.
Right.
That'll slowly bring his reaction time down, so he's zoning in, and then he doesn't know when it's coming, and then when it comes, he's got to react to it as quick as he can.
Right. Next one.
power.
Joe, off we go.
Oh, he could use a heavier ball than what he's going to use in a match, so he can kick it harder
Right. What else?
from his free kicks.
So if you're in charge of somebody's power training, what sort of activities might you be doing?
He could do like short explosive weights to try and increase his muscles.
Yeah. Anything else? Power workout.
Can you like do like the burnout, the bicep burnout or not like that? Or is that for muscle strength?
That's more muscular endurance. That.
It,
So power's a combination of speed and strength. So what sort of sports might that be important for?
Football, rugby.
for getting the speed to tackle him, but having the strength to actually tackle him and take him to the floor to
Or
stop him
wingers
getting past
to get used to being hit by power, so they need like the power
to be able to keep hold of the ball when they're being tackled, but the speed
Yeah.
to get away from the player that can dodge the tackle.
Right. Good. Next one.
That's them all now.
Right. Right. We'll move on to P2 and M1 then. So P2's your pass, M1's your merit. So you've got to describe and then explain health and safety considerations associated with exercise programs, sessions. Off we go.
Part Q would be
What does that stand for?
physical activity readiness questionnaire.
Right.
This is what you do if you join in a gym. They'd get you to fill out a questionnaire, which is asking you about your general health. Have you had any injuries in the past 6 months, 12 months? What you can do, what you can't do. And this is to stop the personal trainer giving you an exercise which you might have had an injury on, such as like a torn muscle, and giving them an exercise to do on that. When it's too heavy, and then they'll just tear it again. So they'll probably give them a lighter weight on one, or give them some exercise to help repair the muscle before they do all with it.
Right.
Check if you've got any like medical problems as well, such as like asthma and stuff. But next one's like fire alarms. Fire alarms is important for health and safety as it alerts people to a fire in the building, which will then able to give them chance of leaving the building as quick as possible. So like if college had a fire and like it were all down one side, there's obviously other fire exits at the other side of the building, which is easier to get out of.
Right. Joe. Next one.
Emergency exits, like, they're there for people to get out of the building quick, obviously, and they're at different points of the building. Make sure everyone knows where they are for if a fire does happen. You've got to try and use the closest one to you, which is the most effective when you're out of the building. And always use stairs, never use a lift in a fire, it's emergency exits.
Right.
They have like the green signs which have exit with an arrow pointing to the fire exit doors, so that if the power goes out and it's like at night and the power goes out, they stay on, so you know where the fire exits are.
Yeah. Right. What's the next one?
The next one would be risk assessments. These are done at starter sessions, such as when we held a coaching session, we had to do a risk assessment of Marley. So like we had to know where the fire exits are. What if the nets were up to, you know, standard, the one don't rusting, that would fall down on someone. Like the pitch were nice and even, though no glass or dog walk around, which are all hazards. And then if there was, you'd have to do something such as like change the nets if they were rusted, so that it keeps it all safe, and that minimises the risk of something happening.
Right. Good. Joe. What's the next one?
Slippery floor, So if you're in the gym and you're going to be having people run around, you might want to check the floor's not wet, so if someone falls over on slippery floor it could cause an injury. Obviously that's going to prevent someone from happening. So if you are going to do like a circuit and you've got someone doing runs between a certain distance, if it's wet in the middle, it's going to fall over.
Right, anything else on that one?
What, for slippery floor?
No, no. There's so much you can say about that one.
Put wet floor signs out.
Yeah, yeah, that's one more. Wet floor signs, good.
Put a bucket underneath the spillage if it's
Yeah.
the roof's leaking.
Like at Wedge Centre.
Yeah. Also, there's health screening tests. This is used if your partner has an health issue, which might affect their performance. For example, you wouldn't make them run on treadmills if they had asthma, or you wouldn't. Well, you'd let them run, but not in the high intensity.
What might they have to have with them if they've got asthma? Right.
Like the same for if someone's had like heart surgery, they can't really do a lot of physical exercise, so they don't. Instead of
They train the muscle.
you'd give them a slow, brisk walk instead of giving them a sprint, because that would overwork the heart muscle, and then obviously it could lead to a heart attack. Whereas if you just give them a nice, steady, quick-paced walk, it gives the chance. It builds up the heart muscle, and then it might progress from a walk to a jog to then sprinting. It just depends on the person, how they want to
Right,
do it.
okay. So how many have we said there then?
Done 'em all.
So we've done the 6, good. Right, so just going back to that P1 then, which principle do you think's the most important then, or 2 do you think's the most important in general sport? So which of those 11 do you think's the most important?
I'd put parkour up there,
No, in the first one, P1.
as in,
Which principles, which those principles,
it depends on what sport you're doing.
right? So
So,
if it's just general sporting activities, which one do you
Body
think?
composition.
Right, why is that then?
Because you need to be a certain weight for certain, like, for boxing you need to be at a certain weight, or for footballers you don't want to be like really fat.
It's
If you're professional.
So which one's the fat one then? Or big one?
Would that be?
Can you remember?
Endomorph,
Yeah, good. So what's an ideal build for a footballer really?
mesomorph, or an ectomorph if you're a winger sort of thing.
Right, good. Okay, so what's the next one then? So we have body composition, what else? Joe, you give me a bit of information.
Cardiovascular fitness pool.
Right, why?
You can keep going for longer, so you're not going to be tired out after like 40 minutes of doing an exercise. Or
That's what sports might that link to apart from football.
Rugby?
rugby,
Right?
Or
American
tennis?
football, tennis.
Every sport you need cardiovascular fitness really.
You'd think tennis players wouldn't need a lot of cardiovascular fitness, but sometimes their games go on all day, so they need to have good fitness to keep up with it.
Intensity as well.
Because you know, if you're moving from left to right, forward, backwards, you know, you've got to have
Right, okay. Right, let's go on to the, right, which of those 6 health and safety considerations are most important?
It's the parkour and risk
It
assessment.
depends, because if
Park-
you're in the gym, it'd be a parkour, but if you're, say if you're at your workplace, it'd be fire alarms and the risk assessment. It just depends on the scenario that you're in. Or
Well,
about your hours.
during exercise programs and sessions then?
Like
So
parkour,
it's, yeah.
Parkour and risk assessment.
because you need to know about your client if you're doing the gym.
So why is the risk assessment important, Joe?
Or just to stop risks from happening. Like, obviously, if you're going to have like glass in the middle of a pitch or wet floor in a gym, it's going to cause an injury in it, really. So.
Right, okay.